like a woman.
Okay. And what does that mean?
You sound like a feller.
I am a man. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how are you
Why?
doing?
I'm all right. Why do you look like that?
How do I look?
You look like a woman.
Okay. And what does that mean?
You sound like a feller.
I am a man. And my avatar on how it looks is exactly how I look. It's called being eccentric and androgynous. Do you know what that means?
Androgynous like Prince.
Not to that extreme. Androgynous and eccentric as in I have features about myself that I don't carry myself as the typical standard masculine approving man is supposed to look. I know that I am a man. I identify as being a man, but I don't carry myself or dress accordingly on to what that looks like. I dress accordingly to how I feel comfortable within myself, if that makes any sense.
So sometimes you feel like a woman and sometimes you don't.
No, not at all. I don't feel like a woman at all. I feel like a man 100% every day from when I wake up and go to bed and wake back up again. I guess I don't fit the standard of the American statuous masculinity macho man is supposed to look like, I guess. I don't know, but yeah.
But you like women.
I do not like women. No, I do not. I am not sexually compatible with women. Not at all.
Why? Yikes.
You said why?
I said yikes.
You said yikes?
That's
Why
right.
did you say yikes?
Just a big yikes for me.
Well, why would it be a yikes for you? Because it's not my personal preference. Would it be fair for me to say yikes to you because that you indulge into women and that's not my sexual preference and I look upon you as yikes or disgusting? Would that be fair?
I didn't ever say it was disgusting. I just said yikes.
Well, when you use that tone of prejudging statement and texture, it's like you're politely insulting me the fact that I don't identify with being a heterosexual man like you.
I like that phrase, politely. How did you phrase
insulting,
it?
Politely insulting, because that's what you just did. You politely insulted.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that in the future.
Good. I'm glad I was able to educate you.
Thank you for educating me.
Yes, you're welcome. But I just simply feel like it's fair to be able to be in, acceptance of where people are at and not the perception of what you think people should be at, if that makes any sense. We have a comment, so I'm going to respond to our comment, sir.
Go ahead.
It's called also a backhanded compliment. Butcher is a master of those. What a jackass.
Oh, wow. Somebody that is one of our listeners called you a jackass.
I guess I'm popular. It's a good thing I got a thick skin.
But I want to be able to say I respect your dispositions of what you feel and how you think in regards of, what you may agree and disagree with, but at the end of the day, we live in an era and time that you have to be able, in regards of what you may agree or disagree with people, still respect it at the end of the day, because that's where people are, where they're at in their lives and what they like compared to what you dislike or are like. Because the thing of it is, everyone's not you. Everyone does not think like you, which is why we are all individually different as individuals, because we're defined uniquely different from one another. We don't like the same things. We don't do the same things. So you can expect me, just because I'm a man like you, to like the things that you like.
Right. They're still normal. We use the term normal to denote something that occurs a lot more than not. So when you're an outlier of what's the norm, you should expect someone to be, curious, to say the least.
You heard what you just said? You heard the expectation of what someone else may feel or have to say. That's just it. Mm-hmm. I don't have expectations to care on what someone may else feel, think, or say, because I don't live my life based upon expectations, which is why I've been able to live a fruitful, peaceful, joyful life. I'm not contradicting myself, but I'm going to answer this comment that we have, because we have a comment. So hold on 1 second.
Go ahead.
How would you draw that conclusion when you haven't said anything?
What did he say?
I didn't hear what he said, because he was kind of fast. So whoever just left that comment or statement, if you could restate your comment, please, we would really appreciate it that you
but I want to explain why I said you were contradicting yourself. Because you said that you don't have an expectation, but you clearly did, because when I said yikes, you got offended.
I did not get offended. If you heard what I said, and the tone and texture of my question was more curious, why your statement actually was, more offensive than me being in curiosity of wanting to know why you said yikes. So really, you're trying to reflect on me on actually what your discomfort actually was, because there was no discomfort on
the reason
there was
you called it a polite insult, which is why
the comment you made was yikes.
Sir, you called it a polite insult. So you can't feel insulted unless you find it something offensive. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my point.
I was telling you.
CRT, how would you draw the conclusion when he haven't said anything?
Right.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, he said, how did you come to your conclusion when I haven't really even said anything? You said that my yikes denotated disgust.
Well, to answer the guy who just made a comment in regards of how I conclude to what I thought in regards of you not saying much, because that's just it. In general, you have to be individuals that realize that there will be people that you encounter that may not say as much to have a loud statement by the little that they say on how they respond to you when they're engaging you in conversation. So that's why I was able to dictate and conjure up what I knew, how offended you were when I told you my sexual
projection, sir. Sir, that's called projection.
You said it's called projection?
That's right.
In regards to what? I know that. In regards to what you were saying or what I was saying?
No, to what you just described. You said you was able to take a little piece of what I said and then come up with what you thought I was trying to say. It's called projection.
We have another comment.
All right.
CRT, you said more in this podcast than Butch has said at all, so I don't know.
Well, West Hill, I said what I said out of respect and what was within what I have conjured up by the short, brief time of conversing with this gentleman that I do not even from a can of paint. But as I stated before, and as I will say again, that my rebuttal to what this gentleman said to me in response of my sexual preference when he said yikes it seemed as if that there was more discomfort by the tone of his statement and comment compared to me sharing where my sexual dispositions are
No,
and where
I
I
just think
with
you
how
like
I
to
carry
hear
myself.
yourself talk. You just like to hear your voice.
That's not true, sir.
But you're
That's
just
not true at
talking
all.
and talking and talking and talking. I'm just waiting on a chance to just slide on in there.
Well, I'm sorry if you feel like I'm being the aggressor in this conversation. Please chime in. Please share some of your insight. Please.
Not the aggressor.
I'm listening, sir. Please share your insight of what you feel and what you had to say.
Well, I'm trying to gather myself now because it's been a long time. I forgot what I was about to say. It's 30 minutes ago when I was thinking my thoughts that I had to say to you.
We have 2 comments.
Go
I don't know, I
ahead.
agree with CRT. Butch is giving me them bigotry vibes. If you know what I'm saying. Partner.
Wow.
You know, I'm from the SIP. Everybody
father's-
talks like me.
My father's from Texas.
No, I'm from Mississippi.
Oh,
From the
okay.
SIP.
Okay. I've been to Mississippi before. Great food.
You like our catfish, huh?
Definitely. Anything that's fried, baked, considered as soul food or southern home cooking, I can always enjoy any day. We have 2 comments, sir.
CRT, I don't think you're comfortable with your own sexuality.
Wow.
Wow. To the guy who said he doesn't think I'm comfortable with my own sexuality.
Yeah.
If I wasn't comfortable with my own sexuality by his statement that he used in regards of saying yikes, I would be cussing him the fuck out, and then I would be swiping left and not feeling any type of way about it. But the point that I actually respect the fact that he had an honest rebuttal to what I said in regards of who I was should automatically alert you in realizing as to why I'm even still conversing with this gentleman that I'm speaking to that's from
I think
Mississippi.
you got a pretty
because
thick
I
skin.
respect where he was coming
Let me
from.
ask you this before. Let me ask you this before you get the next couple of bubbles. Were you like,
Okay.
were you like, how did you develop your thick skin? Like, did you have to deal with a lot of teasing and whatnot as a youngster?
How I developed my tough skin goes beyond what I identified and went through as a youngster. Let me just say in so many words that my form of development with my tough skin and not being as offended by people's inaccurate comments in regards of what they think about how I view myself came from a place of what I have struggled and gone through, that is outside of a lot of things that I really don't care to share, because I don't really know a lot of people on this platform to be able to indulge into that type of information. But I will say, I developed my sense of tough skin was just based beyond the fact that when I didn't really put so much effort in caring about people's form of opinions that revolved around what they thought about me by just hearing a little bit of what I had to say comparing to what they actually knew about me or have been around me to know who I really am based upon what they thought that they've heard. Because a lot of people could think that they know you based off of what they've heard from what you've said briefly or what you've heard on TV or social media, but does that mean that they actually know you? No, it doesn't. Does it mean that I actually know you by you having the comment to say yikes to my sexual preference? No, it does not. But what it does mean and what you have shown is you were real enough to display a comment on how you really felt about my sexual disposition, and I had no choice but to respect it because there are most people who are not able to be as honest to have a response the way that you did. So, that's how I look at that.
I believe that's likewise for you. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do, sir. Yes, I do. I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I do believe in God and in heaven and hell. And, I'm not spiritual. I'm sorry. I am spiritual. But I'm not someone that will have a conversation that revolves around religion, because it will be a waste of time, because my life is not dictated off of religion. So